I could really go for some coffee right now. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Edwin and Joseph Talk. We're going to continue this week with me being by myself, which is still awkward, and I wish Edwin was here. But this coming up week, we can get back to doing what we do together, and hopefully my scheduling stuff will be fixed. But today is going to be a Tech Tuesday. So what's going to be so techy? I have no box reveals. Never done one. We might not ever do one. I don't know. It's kind of early to say. But what I want to talk about is the equipment that me and Edwin use. A lot of people, especially at work, have said that they have somebody that wants to get into doing like YouTube, podcasting, stuff like that. And I don't think they do it because they don't have the knowledge of what it kind of takes. Now, what we're using, I'm not saying is right for everybody, and on all cases, it's kind of not right in what we're using it for, I guess. We're just kind of doing what we have and make do. So, I'm going to go into a little bit of story. The camera that we're using is actually an iPad Pro 11. Now, it can do 4K, and it, for the most part, the camera on it's great. You can get a program called Ifilmic Pro. I might have butchered that. And it turns your camera into pretty much a professional DSLR camera. Or even semi-professional, entry-level camera. But it does work. Then I use lumafusion right on the iPad to edit and do all that stuff. That feature is really cool because we can shoot, we can edit, and we can upload all in the same instance. Now, the downside with all this is storage. With that, I'll get into my little story. So I was hammered one night, happens, and I was browsing along, and I kept seeing videos for a program called Procreate. If people don't know what Procreate is, it's actually an art program that's only on Apple platform. So I kept seeing this program. I'm like, man, the stuff that they're doing so quickly looks so flawless. I have to try this. So, like I said, I was hammered. Well, at the beginning of the year, after taxes, I had two options. It's to get a motorcycle or work on my credit. As you've seen with the DMV video, I hope you have. If you have not watched it, go watch it. I'm still working on the motorcycle license. But, so I went to Apple's website, and I'm like, I wonder if I got my credit up. This is after putting money down, all the stuff to kind of start getting it up. And so they approved me for $700 on Apple product. So I'm like, I don't care about the phones. I can give two S's less about the phones. But the iPad was looking really nice because of this guy right here. So I got approved for $700 in it. I had just enough money with that $700 and what I had in my bank at the time to get the iPad Pro and the Apple Pencil. Now the one we're shooting with is only 64 gigabytes. If you plan on doing videos with the iPad, get more than 64 gigabytes. For the artwork wise, it doesn't bother me so much. So, me being hammered and being approved, also added on the pencil, which on their site is $130. I could have got it from work, probably cheaper. But I went ahead and did it, and the next day it showed up. So I'm trying to utilize this thing and make it worthwhile investment out of it. So that was, a $800, $900 purchase right there. Now, for people that want to vlog and do YouTube videos, it works. Like I said, I like it because I can edit out and do everything right there. Vlogging, probably maybe not so much because, it's 11 inches. You can take it out. You just might get some looks like, what the heck, like, what's this person doing? But everything I need is right on it, and it's seamless. Now, with it only being 64 gigabytes, here's the problem. Space. Videos take up room, especially if you want to do 4K video. Me and Edwin find that out. Right now, we're shooting at 2K. We can shoot at 4K, but because of space reasons, we shoot at 2K and upload at 1080. I want to start saving soon for a camera. Right now in life, it's kind of... I'm not really going to put in the details about what's going on, but it's not the most opportune time, but I do want to get a legit DSLR camera or a camera that we can use to film and change that up a little bit, but with the space. Right now, and I believe in September, they're going to change the operating system to its own iPad operating system, which should allow, they said it would, hard drive support. But for right now, bought this little guy. This is about just under $90. It's a 500 gigabyte solid state drive. This is not the cheapest one out there, but it is solid state, so it's going to go a lot faster. And it's super tiny form factor. Like this thing's right. Put it in my pocket, everywhere. Like I said, this is not the cheapest option. You can find cheaper options. You can find, physical drives a lot cheaper. I just went with this because, like I said, it's super small. It's way quicker, solid state drive. And plus, with it being a solid state drive, if it gets bumped or if I put it in a bag and it gets kind of tossed around, it's not going to affect it as much as, say, a physical drive where vibrations can mess up that disc in writing. So, you're probably wondering if you know about how you have to file transfer. You're asking myself, well, how do you get the files on there if it's not supported through plugging it in? Bought this little guy right here. It is a Ravpower. I'm trying to remember what they actually call the full thing, because it does a lot of different things. It's pretty much a media hub, internet provider in a sense, and file card reader. It's a cool thing. Let me get this open here. You can directly put in your Ethernet right here, and it's going to quickly emit out internet. Now, what I really use it for is it can establish its own internet. So what that means is, regardless if I have internet or not, I can turn this on and I have regular Wi-Fi and 5G Wi-Fi. that transmits just from this to the device that you're using. No other place. So it creates its own little server that you can use. Hence, from here to here. That's how we do that. But this little thing's cool. Check this out. It has a lot of features. Like I said, it's a card reader. It does a lot. This is around, I think, $85. I mean, a little bit cheaper than that. Oh yeah, way cheaper. $59.98. So that was our storage solution, and it's not great. We've lost video because we were shooting in 4K and it was too big. Well, if it's too big, you only have 64 gigabytes to record on, and you do a 30 gigabyte video, and then you edit that video, and it takes another 30 gigabytes to get put on to YouTube and process the video. You ran out of space real quickly, because half of this space, well, not half, but at least a fourth gets used up by the system easily. So that was working. Next we needed was a microphone solution. Now actually I believe I got the mic before we started shooting videos because I knew audio would be key. Now the audio that we got, and I'll throw a picture up so you guys can kind of see it, and I'll do that with the iPad even though you can actually see it, just on the website. I got the Blue Yeti microphone. Now, it's a really good microphone. The key issue that me and Edwin has is it picks up everything. When we first started using it, I didn't know that Ifilmic had a gain control that was messing up our audio. Figured that out, turned it off. With this thing, I have to turn the gain all the way down. But it's still a really good microphone in the sense of what it can do. The cool thing about it has 4 settings. So it has a mainline setting, which is what I'm using now. It comes this way. It has a stereo setting that will record from its left and its right, so you can do a stereo tracking sound if you need to. It also has a front and back option if you need to do, say, like an interview type setup. And it also does a setup that does the whole area distance. So if you are doing like a podcast and have multiple people around the table, it would pick everybody up. Another drawback, like I said, it's super sensitive. I'm going to barely tap the stand that it's on. I guarantee you guys heard that. That was not a big tap at all. So, for it doing what it's doing, really great. It works. A lot of people, this is their first really good microphone that a lot of people buy, especially if they're doing podcasts and stuff like that. If you get one, use a stand for it. If you have a stand that does a shock absorb, that's even more key. Just know that it's a very sensitive microphone and it's going to pick everything up. After that, we did a few videos where it was, shot daylight. Luckily, I have a nice big window right there. We opened it up. Lighting was fine. No problem with it. But I wanted a lighting solution. Something that if we went somewhere or it was a dark place or whatever, we still had proper lighting. So, being more of a budget thing, we're not making money on this, I bought, it's an Emart LED. It's a 45 watt max light. It has the 55,000K, which most people shoot on YouTube. That's your cool light, your inside light, you know, and then it has the 27,000K. That's more of a warm light. In fact, I can switch that real quick, give you guys a look of what that looks like. It's a lot warmer light. Now, my camera, I have it on auto white balance, so your screen might have looked way different on this. Now, this is good for like a photography shoot or special effects, like if you're trying to shoot movie-wise. I'm going to switch that back. Now, for as cheap as these lights are, I really like them. They're nothing special. But for what we're doing, it's awesome. You have the knob here, controls for your dim, your brightness or dimming. So you can get, say I want a more emotional shot. Where's the knob at? There. I can dim it down. More of a moody, darker shot. I want to turn that back up. All right. So that Emart lighting kit cost $55.49. Not too bad. It came with 2 lights right here. It has all these little spots where you can put in poles. Comes with a reflector hood that just folds up, and it has the screen that diffuses the light, so it's a nice soft light and not directly on you. It's a great starter light, or if you're doing basic lighting, goodbye. It comes with a lot of stuff. 2 stands, the lights, the reflector hoods, the diffuser screens. Came with a nice case that honestly can fit all of the equipment me and Edwin use right in it. That's what I like about it. So it had extra storage in the case. Works out great. And that's pretty much everything we've bought to shoot on. That's our tech, guys. iPad Pro, a Yeti blue Yeti microphone, Emart setup lights. I bought a few stands, like the tripod that's, you know, the iPad's on was $24. The other little tripod I'm using for the microphone, $15. And that's our equipment to get started. We'll upgrade, of course. If you guys are interested in starting your own YouTube, you know, here's some ideas. Programs that are on the Apple products are really good. I'm not, you know, a major Apple fan when it comes like their phones and stuff, mainly because their choice of how they do storage. There's no need we have to do this. You want 200 to 500 gigabytes, which should be $60 to $80. You're going to spend almost $600 more through Apple, which is insane and ridiculous. That's the only thing I really have a gripe about their company. The products they make are solid. The apps that they're making, of course, are solid. That's why I got the iPad, just to use Procreate. Later it was Ifilmic, and also use Garageband. For it being a free program that they have with any of the Apple products that are coming out, is superior. Like, that's such a great music making program. But anyways, different video. If you guys have any questions, hit me up about the tech that we use. Figured it'd be cool to do like a Tech Tuesday, something different. Also, when me and Edwin record, if you notice, the first, I think, 2 weeks, we were wearing the exact same shirt. That's because we record in 1 day stretch. We only have 1 day really with our schedules to get together, record our content, so I can edit out throughout the week and get it on a daily process. Hopefully, channel will take off, and we start making money, and we can get to a point where we can shoot every day, make better content. None of this is a sponsored video. All bought from me. So please, like I said, support this channel so we can get you better content. With that, you guys have a good day or night, depending on what you're doing or when you watch this.